Hi, how are you? It's Traviseen here, and today we have created a new character in the Season of Discovery. And that character is Trav Horton's the Undead Mage. And we are currently on the RPPVP server called Crusader Strike. That is a roleplay player versus player server. And on roleplay servers, I like to create a little backstory for my character on this add-on called Total RP3. So let me show you guys this quick. Here's our character. Trav Horton's race Undead, class Mage, age Undead, eye color gold, height 6 foot, body shape thin, birthplace the Shadow Grave, which is where we are right now, and residence Undercity. Now here is our little backstory. Trav Horton's was a bartender at the Blue Recluse, and one night he got a little too drunk, and when he woke up, he was not quite the same. He eventually realized that he had died that night, and his soul is now trapped between life and death. When he was immortal, he heard stories at the Blue Recluse that the Horde do not have pubs or places for people to enjoy food and drink, so he has decided to become a mage and serve the Horde as a bartender. He hopes to one day open up the first Horde pub in Azeroth. I'm not too sure if the Horde have any pubs, but I have never seen one. Could be wrong about that. But let's get this character's story going. I really enjoyed my first playthrough on the Warlock. Finding and collecting the ruins and also doing the raid Black Fathom Depths was a lot of fun. The PvP, I think, could use a little bit of work, but I think that will get better in time.
About time you woke up. We were ready to toss you into the fire with the others, but it looks like you made it. I am Mordo, the caretaker of the crypt of Deathknell, and you are the Lich King's slave no more. Speak with Shadow Priest Sarvis in the chapel at the base of the hill. He will tell you more of what you must know.
Okay, so there we go. We had a little chat with Mordo. We are currently in Deathknell. And the reason why I chose the Mage as my alt, or my second character in Season of Discovery, I always just like having a Mage as an alt in Classic WoW. They are pretty much the class that is good at everything, I think. I think they're pretty good at PvE, PvP, farming gold. They're just an all-around great class, and they would probably be the class I would recommend someone to play if they were new to the game.
Has suffered as much as our people, adventurer. To laugh in the face of death has become second nature for all of us. Another of the Walking Dead HM? Must have been quite a shock.
HM?
Waking up in the crypt with only the cold and Mordo to greet you. I see the confusion on your face. Let me try to explain our situation to you. We have been freed from the control of the Lich King by our new leader, Lady Sylvanas. The Dark Lady guides us in our war against the hated Scourge and the holdouts of humanity who dog our every step. We Forsaken are at war with the Lich King's army of the Scourge, necromantically raised armies of the Undead, foul beasts of the north, and tormented specters. The northern part of the village has become overrun with the mindless ones, and they must be destroyed. Destroy them. Show them no mercy, our former brothers and sisters as they might be. The fallen are nothing but the Lich King's slaves.
All right, here we go. Our first quest. And I'm looking forward to collecting all of the ruins on this mage. And maybe we will eventually get into the Black Fathom Deeps raid, I hope. It's a pretty good introductory raid for Season of Discovery, I think. It's not too hard, but it's still, you know, somewhat challenging, and it's fun. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Let's check our spell book. We have Will of Forsaken. Provides immunity to charm, fear, and sleep while active. May also be used while already afflicted by charm, fear, or sleep. Lasts 5 seconds. Alright, so we'll put that guess here. So this gets us out of fears. It's an undead racial ability. We also have Cannibalize, which is another undead racial ability. When activated, regenerates 7% of total health every 2 seconds for 10 seconds. Only works on humanoid or undead corpses within 5 yards. Any movement, action, or damage taken while cannibalized will cancel the effect. Alright, so we'll put that there. And undead also have Shadow Resist, which actually is pretty damn good in the new raid, because there is quite a bit of shadow damage in Black Fathom Deep, so that's kind of a little advantage that the undead have. And Will of Forsaken is a great racial for PvP. A lot of classes have fears. Warriors, priests, warlocks. Get him. Alright, so let's check out our other abilities. We have Fireball, hurls a fiery ball. It causes 14 to 22 fire damage and an additional 2 fire damage over 4 seconds. We have Frost Armor. We got that up already. Increases armor by 30 and may slow attackers. And then this is the rune page. And then eventually we'll collect runes, and these will go onto this spellbook here. We have 12 to collect. And on my warlock, last time I forgot to get the first one, which is usually pretty damn easy. I assume the mage has one of those as well, so we should be unlocking our first rune soon. And another reason why I wanted to level a mage is because of the AoE farming that they can do. They have amazing AoE. And I think it would be fun to just AoE some mobs down while making a little bit of gold. It would also be fun to go into the Battle of Ashenvale, which is the open world PvP event that they released with Season of Discovery. Most of the player base is not too happy with it. It's been a little buggy and laggy. It's been a few exploits with layers that need to be fixed. But they're working on it. And it would be fun to jump into, like a group of alliance and just do a bunch of AoE. See if we can just wreck some alliance in the Battle of Ashenvale. Because if you have like a group of 12 mages and they're fighting a boss in the Battle of Ashenvale, they can completely wipe, I would say, a 40-man group. And if that ever happens, then good chance the Horde can win the event. So maybe we'll do that one day. We'll try to get like a group of mages to try to AoE down the Alliance during the Battle of Ashenvale. That used to happen quite a bit with multi-boxers during 2019 Classic, when multi-boxing was allowed. If you guys don't know what multi-boxing is, it's where one person controls 12 characters. So they're running like 12 different accounts at the same time. And they would just group up a bunch of mages, a few priests as well. And then they would camp outside of a raid. And then when people would try to go to that raid, they would AoE them all down. And that group would lose all of their world buffs and get pretty damn upset. To the point where they would complain to Blizzard, and Blizzard eventually banned multi-boxers because of that. So that's why we don't really see multi-boxing going on anymore in Classic WoW. I think it still might be a thing in retail, though, for for gold farming. It's been a while since I leveled in Deathknell and Tears Fall. Last time I did that, we actually played on a Undead Mage during a server launch in Wrath of the Lich King. And I leveled that mage all the way up to level 80. It was a lot of fun. I think they did a great job with mages in Wrath of the Lich King. Great class to play. I hope they do well in Season of Discovery. I assume it's going to be a pretty good class once they reach 60. At the moment, it seems like the physical DPS are the top damage dealers in PvE. But I think as the mana pools start getting a little bit higher, the casters will end up catching up. Especially if the fights end up being a little bit more challenging and longer. Physical DPS tend to benefit from shorter fights, I think. So let's turn this in.
Speak quickly. It is unfortunate that
these
this
flag
scourge
scouts
cannot be brought into the fold. Their large numbers would be useful in the battles ahead.
I've got some
they will
dudes.
not join us, so we have no choice but to destroy them.
Got some legs. Have some items to sell. Put these flex gloves on. Starting to get a little bit of gear here. Let's pick up all these quests.
While you were off dealing with the mindless scourge, this scroll arrived for you. I would think it's some matter of importance, as it seems it bears the seal
Here's
of
the mage trainer.
trainer Isabella. I would take some time to read it before heading out again.
You've shown your potential to the Forsaken under normal circumstances, adventurer. Now let's see you under pressure. The Rattlecage skeletons, more mindless minions of the Lich King, are a tougher foe than the zombies you have faced thus far. Again, thin their numbers and prove yourself to the Forsaken. Do not tarry. When you are done, speak to me again.
My duties include tending to our wounded warriors, tailoring armor and clothes, and assisting Shadow Priest Sarvis with whatever else he might need. From the look of it, you'll be enlisted in his service also. Hunting the mindless ones, if I know his mind. Well, if you'd like to stay in one piece, and I've no doubt you do, perhaps I can help. I'm running out of paws and wings, and if you bring me some, I'll find some armor for you.
Arcane on
We'll find a
Electronic
good
Flint.
number
Learn
of
that.
wolves and bats to the south. You must return to me often if you are to become powerful enough to destroy those who would oppose you. The rules of magic still apply to you, adventurer. You will still find corruption follows you like hungry wolves in the night. You will find its caress is not unlike an addiction, an old lover still wanting to be by your side. But these things can be staved off. These things will only control you if you allow them to. Go now. Return to me when you've grown more powerful.
All right, there we go. We also got a quest that will get us our first rune. And that is the spell research quest. You have to slay Scarlet Initiates to find spell notes and use them to learn a new ability, then return to Isabella and Deathknell. So we'll go find those notes and we'll get our first ability. And that ability is called Ice Lance, which is a instant cast Frostbolt. And now that we have more mana, we can cast more than 2 Firebolts at a time. That's because we have Arcane Intellect, increases Intellect by 2. We'll try to find the Scarlet Crusader here. Scarlet Crusader are a bunch of humans that were from the former city of Lordaeron. And they never left Lordaeron, and they hate the Scourge and the Undead. So we need to fight back against them. And they've released their plans for the next season, which is season 2 of the Season of Discovery. And supposedly the next raid will be Gnomeregan. Looking forward to that. Gnomeregan's a pretty cool raid. I was hoping that they would have a Scarlet Monastery raid. I thought that would be a lot of fun. Because there's 4 dungeons you can do in Classic in Scarlet Monastery. Graveyard, Library, Armory, and Cathedral. And it would have been cool to fight all of those bosses in a raid. But I think Gnomeregan will be fun as well. Maybe Scarlet Monastery will be the next raid that they do. And there's going to be, I believe, 4 seasons. Currently in season 1. And the raid is Black Fathom Deep, so we have the Battle for Ashenvale PvP event. And in season 2, there will be a new PvP event, supposedly. And then we have Gnomeregan, and then season 3 will have a new raid. And I don't know about a new PvP event, but the level cap is going to be 50. Right now the level cap is 25. Next season it will be 40, and then season 3 it'll be 50, and then the final season will be level 60. And then they'll have to figure out how to deliver us an end game in Season of Discovery. We'll see what that's like. I wonder how many runes we'll have by then. So I think we have to fight the initiates, don't we? I think they drop the pages. Oh, man. Pulled another one. We need some mana, man. Should have had a drink before we started fighting this initiate. Should also set up auto loot. I think we'll be okay with this convert. Set up auto loot after this. And I don't think Questie is tracking Season of Discovery rune quests yet. Oh, damn it. Who's in there? There's somebody in the bush? What the heck? I didn't even see that. Yeah, there's an initiate in the bush over there. I think we're still in combat, right? I should probably get out of here. Maybe we can cannibalize this corpse. You think she can chase us? Or is she just stuck? No, she can chase us. So we're gonna have to run. While we run, we can set up auto loot. It's under gameplay controls. And then you just click on auto loot. I wonder if we're still being chased by that initiate. It's a pretty sneaky spot they had her hiding in. She was in a bush, just waiting for us. Oh, there she is. Let's get some revenge. It's another initiate there. I wonder if we would pull the rest. If we attack that initiate, probably. We're full mana. We could probably blow this one up and run away. Let's give it a try. Yeah, I knew we'd pull them all. There we go. Let's see if we can loot them quick. Maybe we can get a page. Let's run away. Pulled too many. Didn't get a page from that one. Hopefully we get one soon. Would be nice to unlock Ice Lance. And then if any of you guys are new to Season of Discovery, I can show you how you equip these new runes onto your character. There's another initiate over here. I think it's good that Questie doesn't track the ruins, because discovering them and kind of just finding them while you're out questing is a lot of fun, especially if you just stumble upon one. There we go. We have found spell notes, Kale, and C. Decipher the spell notes with a comprehension primer to learn a new engraving spell. So here's the comprehension primer. We have translated the spell notes. And I think that's it. We just have to bring that back, right? Or have we learned? Oh, we've learned Ice Lance. So we can equip this to our hand slot. Ice Lance deals 8 to 9 frost damage to an enemy target, causes triple damage against frozen targets. So we'll equip that. And there we go. It's on our bars now. Put it right there. On the E keybind. And we'll get back to questing, guys. We got our first rune. Ice Lance. And it shows you here how many of you've collected. We've collected 1 out of 12, so we have 11 more to go. We'll give Ice Lance a try on these dusk bats. Cast a fireball, and we'll just spam Ice Lance. Seems to do quite a bit of damage, and it doesn't take that much mana, so should probably use it a little more often. I want to get the fireball up at least once, though, just so we can have the fireball dot on the target. Let's have a drink here quick. And I like how the max level is just level 25. It allows you to just, check out many different classes. I don't know how many classes I'm going to level during this season, but it will be a few. And I have to think about professions for this character. I might do herbalism alchemy. And we'll make potions. I think that would be good. This character's mostly going to be a gold maker, and I would say he's going to be a PvP or two, more than a PvE mage. Also, mages can heal in Season of Discovery, which is going to be interesting to try out. I want to see what that's like. You can actually queue up as a healer. The interesting healing a raid as a mage. Resistant. Does a lot of damage, Ice Lance, at low level. It's kind of cool, like, you know, having Ice Lance in Classic. And trust me, it's going to be hard to go back. Like, if you went back to original Classic, you just won't feel as powerful on your class. Like, every class feels much... I would assume feels much more powerful. Warlock was really damn strong once I got Chaos Bolt. What are you looking for here? We just gotta find some rattle cage skeletons. There's one. It's nice that we don't have to cast. I recommend getting Ice Lance as fast as you can if you're leveling a mage. Like, you see this mage? He's level 4. He doesn't have Ice Lance yet. Should probably put this up here so we can see the health bars of other characters. It makes leveling so much easier when you have Ice Lance. And we just have to cast one Firebolt and then just Ice Lance the mob down. And what I did right there, I went to options and I turned nameplates on, but I got rid of friendly players showing. I don't really like it the way it looks. You see friendly player health bars. Kind of like just keeping it on enemies. Can get a little cluttered when you're doing like a raid or a battleground. It's cool like you can move too while you use Ice Lance. It's great for kiting. Let's have a little drink here. We need to get one more scavenger paw. Now, I'm not too sure where we'll level, guys. We could go to the Barrens again. Leveled quite a bit in the Barrens on my Warlock. Maybe we'll check out more of Tearsfall Glades and Silverpine Forest for this playthrough. Just to change it up a little bit. Okay, so we're done with the doggo paws. Now it's just these rattle cage skeletons. And this is going to be a pretty big year for World of Warcraft. Coming out with Cataclysm for Classic. And also Solo Self-Found for Hardcore. Solo Self-Found is pretty much what I consider real hardcore. You can't, group up with anybody. You're not allowed to use the mailbox or the auction house. It's pretty much turns it into like a solo player adventure, but it's really hard to level a character up like that with no help from anybody out in the world. So I'm looking forward to that. And I wonder if they're going to release a server that's solo self-found.
Greetings.
Let's turn these quests
I'm an
in here.
undead mage trainer, and you're a mage.
What have you learned, Travordens? Well done, Travordens. Take these comprehension charms. They will help you decipher any more arcane writings you find. Continue to seek out spell notes across Azeroth and use them to further your research. If you need more charms, pay a visit to a reagent vendor.
Greetings. I'm an undead mage trainer.
Conjure water.
and
Nice.
you're a mage.
We can finally start making drinks for people. We can get Frostbolt as well, but we're too broke. Let's sell some of this junk we have. Do we get any upgrades here? Could use some cloth wrists. There we go.
Be quick about your business.
This will repair. And we can sell sell water to people now, guys. The water's not that good, but maybe another RPer will come up to me and buy some. Who knows? We'll see.
I'm listening.
Do try your best to keep yourself unharmed until I get you some armor.
Thank you, adventurer.
there's some
This armor should help
bracers.
you out. Hopefully, it should do you more good than the last one to wear it. My friend, Marla Phipps, lived with her husband Samuel before the plague, but when the plague came, Samuel succumbed and joined the Scourge's ranks. Marla was spared an undeath only to die at the hands of her now mindless husband. So strong was her love, however, that her last dying wish was to be buried with her beloved Samuel. Samuel Phipps roams at a ruined camp along the road northeast of Deathknell. Defeat him and grant Marla's wish. Bury him at her grave in the first row of our graveyard.
Alright. Alright, we'll go do that. We got Frostbolt now, guys. Launches a bolt of frost at an enemy, causing 18 to 20 frost damage and slowing movement speed by 40% for 5 seconds. So when we Frostbolt and use Ice Lance, it will deal triple damage because the target will be frozen. So let's try that now on the zombie. Boom. Yeah, there you go. Should be triple damage here. Or maybe it's not frozen. It just slows. I think we need to use an ability like, I forget what it's called. Frost Nova? Where they get frozen, the target gets frozen to the ground. I think we'll get that later on. Maybe. And then Ice Lance will do triple damage. Didn't really seem to do triple damage there. So we still need to slay these rattle cage skeletons. So let's do that. We'll do Frostbolt, Fireball, and then we'll spam Ice Lance. Or we could just Frostbolt, Fireball, Frostbolt. See if that's faster. And at the end of this time next year, Season of Discovery will be in like focusing on its end game. I wonder what that's going to be like. I hope it's good, because that's pretty much going to be the future of Classic WoW right there. I am honestly not too interested in Cataclysm or future expansion releases. Maybe Mist of Pandaria. I enjoyed that expansion a lot. And Legion. I liked Legion as well. But right now I just feel like it's not really classic anymore. Right? And once you reach Cataclysm, it starts to become more of a retail style of game. Like, could you imagine in like 2 to 3 years where we'll be at like Warlords of Draenor or classic Shadowlands? Like, how messed up is that? Like, would anybody really want to play classic Shadowlands? Maybe. One thing I wish they did, though, was have Classic Era TBC, the Burning Crusade, and Wrath of the Lich King servers. I don't think they're going to come out with that. Which is too bad. It would be fun to just hop on a, you know, a character in the Burning Crusade and just do some Karazhan or do some Icecrown Citadel and Wrath of the Lich King sometimes. Because I know there's a pretty big private server community for Wrath of the Lich King. I think the biggest private server community currently plays Wrath of the Lich King quite a bit. He's got a lot of health. There we go, we got Samuel's remains. Do we need to get anyone else's remains? I think that's it, right? And then for retail, we have the new series of expansions. The War Within will be coming out, and see what that's like. I didn't play much Dragonflight, so not too sure if I will be playing the War Within right away. We'll have to see. All I did in Dragonflight was I leveled in an Evoker, and then I just I stopped playing. All right, so what do we have to do here? Oh, we have to bury Samuel's remains. There we go. There we go. Rest in peace, Samuel.
You have done a good deed today, adventurer. Although our struggle against the Scourge continues, let us hope that Marla and Samuel will find peace together in their final resting place.
I am finished with you, adventurer. You have shown
nice
yourself
boots.
to be worthy of the freedom that you have been given. Many will stand against you for what you have become, but know that no matter what they may try to do against us, we are free and will not be shackled again. Take these and be on your way. You have much to accomplish, adventurer.
All right, guys. Well, there we go. That's the introduction to Trav Hordens. Next episode, we will continue questing and finding ruins in Tearsfall Glades. But, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.